Київ – історична адреса прадавніх світових і, власне, вітчизняних літописів. Це місто і його жителі – герої історичних романів. Його римували в баладах і віршах, оспівували в піснях та монументальних сценічних лібрето. Неповторні силуети Києва крізь століття перейшли у символічні відбитки фресок і вітражів, в образотворчу скарбницю національної величі. А скільки фільмів відзнято про Київ? Художніх, документальних, музичних, рекламних. Цей синонімічний ряд можна продовжувати, але ми хочемо відтворити наш Київ через сприйняття його людьми, які тут живуть і додають до всіх синонімів про нашу неповторну столицю свою людську барву, слово, справу, почуття.
Немає людини, яка теплом душі не згадувала б своє місце народження. Але декотрим містам судилася доля бути рідними кожній людині. І наш Київ серед таких міст. Хто народився тут, хто прожив своє життя, хто вчився лиш тут, а хто коротко відвідував це місто, всі як один, неодмінно стають полум'яними патріотами Києва.
Kyiv. Just imagine that in the ancient times numerous paths stretched to it. Today it is gold-domed and beautiful, although in those times it was much humbler and unsophisticated. But many paths and roads stretched to it from everywhere, from the south and the north, from the east and the west, from nearby and faraway countries. And those roads were not only ways of wealthy people, but also paths of common people. The way to Kyiv was worn barefoot. That's why our Kyiv land is so tender. People were coming to the Lavra as to the last resort, searching for advice and consolation, inspiration and protection. Here they were building the invisible fortress of the nation's conscience, the nation's moral, and the nation's strength and courage. Over 1,000 years ago, the temples of worship placed on the hills of the Dnipro-Slavutish River were recognized throughout the world. And Kyiv became a legendary city, as it possesses an impenetrable ability to inspire people and raise hopes for a better future. Here God gives His grace to the people. Maybe the inmost foreordination of Kyiv is to help everyone to feel the ties with the truth, the fairness and the largeness. It's possible to realize it only in Kyiv. Experienced people compare it with Rome and Jerusalem. Similarly to the mentioned cities, it is situated on the 7 beautiful hills. But its belonging to the eternal cities can be explained not only with topography and numerous historical monuments. The city. There is a delicate gentleness in this word. All the best that was discovered or created by a man, experience, wisdom, talents, all that was gathered in the center to unite people. A city gives a birth to a society. A city gives a birth to a state. I would like to believe that a song about our Kyiv created the character and cordiality of people of this land. Building their community, people shared their inmost dreams, their talents, and founded the main tradition of the city, the song, the poetry, and the art. They created the city's beauty as its fundamental principle. The ancient temples are even bigger than the fundamental principle. They are the forerunners of the past, the present, and even the future foreordination of Kyiv. A man and the mankind, on the whole, should strive to the spiritual heights, and not only in Kyiv, but with Kyiv, everywhere and forever. The first record of Kyiv was written by Herodotus, historians believe. His outside judgment of Kyiv as the city of outstanding people and outstanding constructions is pleasant for us. But our tale of bygone years is the most truthful document about Kyiv and the Kyivites. Here the moral was related to the law. The Kyivites knew that protection of property meant. And it's no coincidence that the statue, the instruction to children by Grand Prince Volodymyr Monomach, and the legal code Justice of the Rus were included into law dictionaries of many nations. This literary heritage was created in Kyiv, which protected honor, dignity, and loftiness as the qualities of a Kyiver. The centuries are passing by, but the code of justice remains at the open for the Kyivites and the guests, vast expanses of the Will Declaration, where the great Kyiv princes speak from historical frescoes and teach to save the spirit of the city and its courageous, free and independent people. And next to them there is a modern Kyiv justice. The walls of the Saint Sophia Cathedral and the sacred Golden Gates are proud of their nation, which brings its good conscience to the heart of the city. The city builds. Not the residential areas, but the history, the future day. How can you express your love to the city, a magic garden where a man is born, where our home is created, where the bridges to the history and to the future are built? It seems like all technological equipment of the city is just the sky and the sun. Kyiv seems to be heated only with the natural light. And you are flying like an arrow by the underground ways towards the city. Kyiv, a beautiful stone flower, is greeting you everywhere. It is a city without suburbs. All parts of Kyiv look like a capital. Kyiv is a garden. In Kyiv one can feel the coolness of the Dnipro river waves on a thirsty day, hear the warbling of the nightingale in spring, and see the chestnut tree flowers inviting to raise the heads and enjoy a nice day in May. The biggest gift of our city is Kyiv itself. Take it, meet it, speak to it, listen to it. Kyiv belongs to you. Create it with your feelings. Let this morning suit be at the head of my lyrical Kyiv and make Kyiv always welcome the new day, the new people, and the new shades of voices and feelings. Kyiv is being created by us. Kyiv is being created by each of us.